Reginald Singleton, and I'm here with Mr. Ron Swoboda. He's a former Major League Baseball outfielder, and he is a Hall of Famer.
Not a Hall of Famer, but I got to play in a World Series in 1969, which was a long time before you were.
Okay, now for the first question, just how did you get into baseball?
Well, you know, when I grew up in a much simpler time, I played all that I could play. Every time I could swing a bat with a friend of mine, we took batting practice, we pitched to one another, we hit balls to one another. My summers were filled from 9 years old on with playing baseball. That's what I did. And, you know, you progress, you get to play at a better level, and I grew up in better competition, and that led me to being signed by the New York Mets. But you have to progress and play against better competition, and for coaches who demand a little more of you.
Okay, now New York Mets, back in the early 60s, they had some pretty bad seasons, but then you had this miracle season in 1969 when you won 100 games, and you beat the Baltimore Orioles in the World Series in 5 games. Now, during the World Series, you had one of the greatest catches not in World Series history,
it was a pretty good play.
Major League Baseball history. Can you tell me what was basically going through your head as you were trying to get to that ball?
Well, you know something, I was a guy that Gil Hodges, our manager, used to replace defensively in right field late in the game. And that bothered me. And I got together with one of our coaches, you know, and I did it often, and I worked hard at making myself a better outfielder. And it meant a lot to me, and I managed to convince Gil Hodges not to take me out defensively and to trust me defensively as a right fielder. And so all that time practicing and all those line drives and reading the ball off the bat, which is the essence of getting a good jump on the ball and making the right moves. I was able to, at a key point in the series, we're up on the Baltimore Orioles 2 games to 1. We're leading them 1-0 in the top of the 9th inning of Game 4. And they got 2 guys on base, and Brooks Robinson, who was my hero growing up in Baltimore as a kid. He hits a line drive into right center field, and you know, you're moving, you make the best move you can make as fast as you can make it. And I just kept the gas on, and I get the ball on my backhand diving, and you know, it turns into one of the greatest plays in World Series history. But if you look at the time it was in the World Series, it was a pivotal moment because that ball gets by me, which it had a whole lot more chance of doing than me catching it. It gets by me, and there's a good chance they score 2 runs, not just the Frank Robinson, who's going to be out here tomorrow. Not just Frank Robinson tagging up and scoring and tying the game, but we could have gone down 2-1. The Orioles win that ball game. They tied the series at 2. Instead, we hang on. We give up 1 run. We score in the bottom of the 10th and win the thing. And hitting it right to me. Otherwise, I don't have anything. But I mean, it scares me when I think about, you know, we could have lost that game, and we lose that game. You let a real good Baltimore Orioles team back into the World Series, and I don't know if we wanted to do that.
Okay, so finally for the last question, you used to broadcast a lot of games here in New Orleans. Can you give us some broadcasting tips on how to broadcast games?
Well, I'll tell you what. Know the game, know the players. Before you do any game, talk to the coaches, talk to the players, find out what they're thinking about things. Know something about them, but know the game. Learn, you know, when you watch a game, you think about baseball's happening right out there in front of you. Not like football, where there's a lot of mystique and secrecy. Baseball happens right in front of you. You know, what was the thing a player did that was really intelligent or really excellent? Understand all those things, because I'm a color guy and I still do games for the New Orleans Zephyr. But what I try to do is know the pitchers, know what they've got in their repertoire, so you can talk about it on the air. Your job is to tell people about what happened, not just what happened. They can see that, you know. If you're describing a game on the radio, it's different. You're painting a visual picture of the game. So you need to understand language and how to use it, and how to paint a picture about what's going on out there and why.
Okay. Thank you, Ron Swoboda, for your time, and my name is Reginald Singleton. It's Reginald Singleton, and I'm here with P.J. Brown, a retired NBA basketball player here at the Urban Youth Academy. Now, tell us about yourself, tell us about your NBA career, who you played for.
My career started in Athens, Greece. I started overseas in Europe 92-93. I played 3 years with the New Jersey Nets. I played 4 years with the Miami Heat. I also played with the Hornets in Charlotte from 2002 to 2006. Charlotte, Oklahoma City, and here in New Orleans. I played a year in Chicago Bulls, 06-07. And I finished my career with the Boston Celtics in 2008, and we won the World Title.
So what made you come down to the academy here this week?
I just want to come out and support the youth, support you guys, and it's a big event, opening this park, and I think Grambling, Southern, they have much respect for both universities, and I just want to come out and represent the city of New Orleans, and showcase to the world that, hey, we're on our way back, and these things happen in our city.
How do you think that basketball and baseball have a connection?
I think most importantly it's about the team. Nine guys on the team out on that field to make it happen, to get a win or lose, and I think it takes the same thing in basketball. It's all about the team, and you got to go as one. Everybody has to be on the same page. Everybody has to be focused on one goal, and if every man does his job in each sport, usually there's going to be a lot of success.
All right, my name is Reginald Singleton. That's P.J. Brown, and I'd like to thank you for your time. Hi, my name is Reginald Singleton, and I'm here with Brandon Warwick, a first baseman for the Southern Jaguars. Now, Brandon, you guys obviously beat Grambling State University 7-5. Tell me, was there any nervousness on the part of you when you took the field?
No, there was no nervousness. We're actually a mature team at the outfield position and in the infield positions. We all just worried about, being ourselves and not doing too much.
Okay, so what are some of the things that you guys can improve on, despite the fact that you got the win? What are some of the things that you guys can improve on?
First of all, our pitching, just like our location wise on pitching. Then besides that, just hitting a big time situation with 2 outs.
My name is Reginald Singleton. That's Brandon Warwick, and I'd like to thank you for your time. Reginald Singleton, and I'm here with Coach Brock here at the Urban Youth Academy. Now, Coach, you guys obviously just had your first annual game between Southern and Grambling. Tell me some of the things that you saw from the young players and the college players.
Well, always we look at skill level and them performing their skill, whether it's fielding ground ball or just shortstop, second base, turn it to, or what have you. So we sort of look at the skill level, and we encouraged our kids that come out from the academy to observe some of the older guys.
What type of impact do you think that this game will have on the community?
Well, it's always a great game for the community. They don't get a chance to see a lot of these college teams, such as Southern and Grambling, who played today. I think maybe Grambling may play one other game in the local area, one other game scheduled here later on during the year. So the community don't get a chance to see some of those teams play.
My name is Reginald Singleton. This is Coach Brock, and I'd like to thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Reginald Singleton, and I'm here with Coach Davis of the Urban Youth Academy. Now, Coach, obviously today you had your first annual game between Southern and Grambling State. Tell me, what was that experience like for you?
What a production. I mean, that's all I have to say. And it's definitely what it was. It's a production today. It took a team effort. Just like a team effort it takes to play on between the lines. This was our first experience putting on a production outside the lines. We had a nice day. The weather was nice, so we couldn't ask for a better day and a better event. And we had a great game.
Now, during the game, what were some of the things that you saw from both teams?
Well, I saw a lot of energy. I saw a lot of energy from the crowd. I saw a lot of energy from both teams. I mean, these are two rival schools, so you would expect that. But I think with the day, with the heat, a warm weather, and a nice day, and a good crowd atmosphere, we had the band going. We had a lot of great music in between innings, so it brought a lot of enthusiasm.
All right. My name is Reginald Singleton, and I'm here with Coach Davis. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Reginald Singleton, and I'm here with Coach Stelly here at the Urban Youth Academy. Now, Coach, obviously, you work for the Houston Astros, but you grew up in New Orleans. So tell me, what has your experience been like down here in New Orleans, back in your hometown?
Oh, it's been great. It's been good seeing all the kids come through here, some kids that I've seen before being in the city, and just really being able to see the way that baseball is growing in the city. So it's definitely been good to see that things that we've done here in New Orleans that I did prior to Hurricane Katrina with Barrow coming back and Urban Youth Academy coming here to New Orleans, it's really been great. So it's definitely been real good for me to see it.
Now, being here in New Orleans, you were coached by one of the best coaches here. Tell me about him.
Yeah, my high school baseball coach, Coach Ed Pierce, Ed Hawk Pierce. So he was definitely a real good inspiration in my life as far as not only in baseball but just in life in general. Just the way he carried himself, just the things that he instilled in us. And there's some of the things that myself and the manager here, Eddie Davis, actually tries to instill in a lot of kids that are coming through the academy and the kids that we touch every day. So it's definitely through his vision that we're actually able to, to teach kids in the way that he kind of molded us. So it's definitely good.
My name is Reginald Singleton, and Coach Stelly, thank you for your time.